All right, we'll start in a minute. All right, I guess we will start it up. All right, guys, welcome to the live session, November 19th, 2025. So we just had Nvidia earnings. So even though they beat earnings, they didn't push up to their expected move quite yet. They were a $14 move, and they're only at $10 right now, but we still got time till the morning. Now let's go into the market, how the market's reacting. Okay, all right. So let's take a look at ES. All right, ES. Now, looking at ES overall, we could see that we had this bearish divergence here on ES. Okay, on that ES push up here on that 6953.75, we had that bearish divergence, and that was a top out. So we topped out there, and then we fell here. Remember, we said last week that we could not break this low, and then we broke that low, and then we came up and made a lower high. Okay, we made a lower high, and then we made a lower low here. All right, so then we grabbed that high here. Oh, you know what? Let me remove that. Let me just grab this high here. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So after we established that that was a wave 5, and then we dropped off, we broke this low. Okay, this becomes a this becomes a B, and this becomes a C. All right, so now we're here, and here we're forming this downtrend here. All right. Now, we did not hit that 100 SMA. Okay, we hit the daily support here at 6603.69. Okay. Okay, we got a low of 65.94 yesterday, and then today we were inside. Were we inside? Let me see. We were definitely inside on the bottom. The close is 6603. The close is no 6696. 6696. So we're just outside of there. Okay, so this is not an inside day. This is just a bullish candle. All right, so this here, even though we're up here, this here is still a bear flag. This is not a reversal candle. This is a bullish candle. This is an inside in the beginning of the day, but it's outside at the end of the day by 50 cents, which is just enough. If it was inside, then this would be a bullish Rami, and then we would have a reversal. But this is just a bullish candle. And let's see, close that. That open at 6696.50. Yeah, slightly higher, just slightly higher. All right, so now market's up, right? Market's up. After hours, okay. We're gonna probably test that 50 SMA at 65.55.33. Okay. Now we're still in a bear flag. Okay, we're probably gonna test that, and this is gonna be bear flag resistance at 67.56.50, right where that 50 SMA is. Okay. Okay, and we can see it a little better. Okay, this is a downtrend. We got a high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low. And then here, if we reject this 50 SMA here and we come down, then that's going to be a lower high there. And then we're going to set up for another push to break another low. Now, if we break that 50 and then we come up here, we still have to break this downtrend here, and we still got to break this high. And this high is 6903. 6903. I mean, no, that's 6900.5. So we're going to have to break that in order to be bullish completely. Or else we could come up here and we could still be bearish. All right. So I think we're just going to hit that 50 SMA, and then we're going to turn around and then continue on down. So we still have sorry, my chair's making all this noise. All right. So we still have job reports and Walmart earnings tomorrow. You know, we had NVIDIA earnings today, but they really didn't do much, I would say. So, I mean, we can't get rid of this idea that, hey, this is a downtrend. And the fact that, to be honest, you know, this market, okay, we rallied up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks straight up, okay? So this one did what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks straight sideways and dropped. This one, we're 6 months up. We made a high last month. No high this month. We're almost bearish engulfing. I think we will bearish engulf this month. Only because I think the market needs a pullback. And that pullback is most likely going to be to this 63. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that, you know, the market's going to be tanking and we're going to go in a recession. I'm just saying it's a pullback. It's just a pullback. So here, a pullback to a bull flag set up to go higher. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's going to tank and completely fall off. saying, okay, it almost hit its 20 SMA. Didn't quite. Okay. We've had, selling off, selling off, selling off, indecision, selling off. Okay. It just has a false breakout. See, this is our breakout. Broke out here, and then we came back in. So it's just not looking so strong to me. Bearish divergence on the weekly. Even with NVIDIA's barely beat, by the way, it's beat by 3%. Has great expectations next year or next quarter, but that's going to make it harder, right? So I still have feeling market's going to pull back, whether that's going to be tomorrow for the reports and the earnings, or if it's going to be for the fact of the rate cut. It's just the market doesn't seem strong right now. Okay, and we could see this here. We could see that. We could see this kind of this area right here where we have that shoulder, we have this head, and then we have this shoulder. Then we're coming up here, and we either get out of this here, which we have to get all the way out of here, or this sets up to drop off here. So, it's still iffy. We're not above RSI 50, not yet. We're still not above there. Okay, we're not above the RSI 50, not above there. Okay, so we're not even above this area of resistance at 6,800. So, I don't think we're out of the woods yet. We go to a 4 hour, see what that looks like. Okay, 4 hour is getting out. We had a bullish divergence on the 4 hour there, and it pushed over after hours. Okay. All right. Okay, 1 hour had a bullish divergence as well, pushing there. Okay. So, here's the next question is, are we going to pass that 50 SMA at 65 or 67, 55, 36? If we pass through there, are we going to be able to get to 6,800? And if we get there, okay, then it's stronger, definitely stronger, but it still has these two, the 20 SMA and the downtrend to deal with. But again, like I'm saying, tomorrow's market could be completely different than what we're looking at today. If it's not, cool, but this could be making room, and then we could just turn around. We do have that bullish divergence there, we see. Okay, we could come back here. Maybe this comes back here to the 6,800 and then pulls back, holds a 6,710, and then forms an inverse head and shoulders. That could be a possibility as well. Could be there too. Okay, but from here, what I'm seeing is on the daily, I still feel on the daily and the weekly, I still feel like we're going to go down a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit more. I'm thinking, okay, we hit that first area of support at 6,600, but I would like us to see that 63. Not that many points, at 300 points down, and then setting up to push us higher to 8,000. That'd be great. But right now, it looks like it's going up. Going up, and it's saying go test that 50 SMA on ES 67.55. That's where it's going to test. If we break through that, then we're going to test 6,800, and that's going to be the test of, are we going to hold that or not, or is it going to put in a inverse head and shoulders and then try to break through that downtrend? If not, we come up here and then we sell off again, because here, this is our ABC correction here. Okay, now this could be our wave 1 up, wave 2 down, okay, and then our wave 3 up. That could be a possibility. I'm not pushing off the table. Okay, so Here's another thing. A squeeze was forming, fire down. We had a 1 down, then now we got 2 up. So that's kind of a weak squeeze. Okay, but something to watch. Okay, so if we come to the 50 SMA right here, 67.56, and we pass it easily, then we're gonna go to 6,800. And if we go to 6,800 and we reject, we're going to form an inverse head and shoulders. And then we're going to set up to break through the 6,800 and that 6,850. Okay. So that's the possibility for the bullishness there. All right. All right. Let's check out SPY. All right, SPY here. Okay, we had that wave 5. Then we had the ABC correction. Okay, the C correction was a little shorter than I anticipated. Thought we were going to at least go to that 50 SMA. Right at 652. We just broke that A, barely. Okay, and then we held here. And then now we're right above that 50 SMA. Okay, right above that 50 SMA. So if we stay above that 50 SMA, you know, that's going to say, okay, we're going to go to that 20 SMA. Okay, on the 4 hour. Okay, so that's going to be where that inverse head and shoulders comes in. We got one shoulder here, and then here we got a head, and then we go another head and shoulders here, or I mean another shoulder here right at that 675.75. So if that pushes, if we don't get a drop tomorrow off of the jobs and the earnings report of Walmart, then, you know, most likely we're going to go to that 75, 74, and then reject there possibly for the inverse head and shoulders, and then set up and see what we're doing. So, you know, right now it looks like we're all going and it's raging, and it might do it. We have to see tomorrow what it opens at, if it's affected by any other things. Okay, if it isn't, then we go into 65.75. If it is, then you know, we're gonna see where we open at, and if we do hit that 652 target, because on SPY we had 652 target, which is the 20 SMA. Okay, we didn't quite get it, and then we had 636 and then 610, which is that 50 SMA. So this should have hit almost, like, for sure. So that's what I'm thinking. Okay, maybe tomorrow we are affected by it. If we're not, we go 675. Okay, that's it. And then this holds up, and then maybe a week or two, maybe it decides to fall. I don't know, on the rate cut decision, because there is a divergence here, and it's coming down hard. So this is a wave 5 here on daily and weekly. So if this is a, maybe we get a B, and then we get a C. So still not 100% on thinking we're gonna go straight up and just break out all-time highs. It just doesn't feel right. Okay, it just doesn't feel right. All right. All right. Let's go to NASDAQ. All right, NASDAQ. NASDAQ here. NASDAQ. All right, NASDAQ downtrend. Okay. Okay, NASDAQ downtrend, and you know, we're hitting the 50 SMA right now. We're near the downtrend here. So if we go 25, 200, we could probably get resistance there and then set up. If it's going to go down, it goes down. NASDAQ, what I was targeting was that 100 SMA right there. 24,280. And then that 23,853. So if we get past that 50 SMA, we're going to test this area here, but we need to get back above 25,282 to try to be bullish. And to be very bullish, we need to get it back above 25,538. But here we're still in a downtrend. We're not out of it. We're up, but we're not out of it. We're not out of the downtrend at all. Okay, QQQ. All right, QQQ. Okay, we had that wave 5 here, and then we had the ABC correction, or we have the ABC correction. Here, we hit that 50 SMA today and rejected. Now we're over it after hours. We're at 109, near 110. Okay, if that continues going, let's see here. That continues going, we can come here to 614, 615 area, and we get there 615 and it gets rejected, then it could be building an inverse head and shoulders there to push on up. Okay, to push on up. Okay, right now looks like it's trying to push. Go to that 615. For now, it does. For now, it looks like that. All that looks like that for now. So it goes to that 615. It gets resistance there, and it comes back. Possibly inverse head and shoulders to try to break. This downtrend it has here. Okay, still downtrend, still lower lows, lower highs. So, is this a pop-up and then a drop? We'll see. We'll see. Or is this a bottom that we just start running and we go higher and higher and higher? We'll see about that. Okay. All right. All right, IWM. IWM fell out of the channel. Okay, fell below its 100 SMA. Okay, 20 SMA crossing the 50 SMA. All right, we're outside the channel and we're having moving averages crossover, and we're here down below the 50 SMA and the 100 SMA, rejecting the 100 SMA here. So we're below this 234. After hours, we're above it, but, you know, again, tomorrow morning is what matters. Tomorrow's morning what matters. So if this stays down below this 234, our target is 226. That's where we're targeting. Okay, and that's a gap fill area here, and that's a beautiful area to sell some puts. But if we get back over 238, when we have a chance to go test that 240 and 243, and then might possibly just jump back in that channel. But you know, so far we're breaking out of that channel to the downside. It is struggling though. It's struggling. It is struggling. But also we have a doji candle and a bearish engulfing candle on the monthly, and we got 1 week left. So we'll see how that closes. See, everything's telling me it's weak. Everything's telling me it's weak. So maybe there's a last breath of fresh air on because of NVIDIA and everything. But you know, everything's still seeming very, very weak. Very weak. DIA. DIA. We had a false breakout here. Fell back inside all the way back down into this consolidation. Okay. All the way down in that consolidation. And it's back inside this consolidation here. So this tells you exactly how weak the market is right there. That's how weak the market is. False breakout, drop back inside, about 20 points in a couple of days. That's pretty weak. You know, overall market, it looks tired. Okay. So what's next for IWM? I mean, DIA. Okay. Well, here's a consolidation. Okay. After hours, of course, we're pushing. Okay. We need to get above 464.33, and more importantly, 467. Yeah. If not, then we're going to drop down to that 457. Okay. All right. All right, coin. All right, coin. Coin. Okay, I want you to identify this section here. All right, this section here is a consolidation section there. All right, but down here is a gap fill. Right here. Big gap fill right here. Right there. Okay. Big gap fill. Okay. Okay, let me zoom out. Okay. Consolidation area. We're in that consolidation area. Okay. We almost hit 240 today. Almost. We got what? 247. Okay, 240 was my target. That was the area that I wanted to buy at. We got close, but you know, now it's at 266 after hours, but we need to get past 272.50, and more importantly, we need to get past 282.75. I mean 282.70. Okay, if we don't, you know, we're gonna reject here, and then we'll come back to 240. And if it really gets bad, then we'll go to 213. But RSI right now is at 30. Okay, not too bad for the daily. But you know, it did have a strong last 15 to 30 minutes. We did have a last hour. We had a last hour and then popped up. Okay, now does this mean it's you know, it bottomed, then it's ready to go forever? Not necessarily. We did have a bullish divergence there. Okay. You know, bullish divergences are fine, but are they going to pass the levels that they need to? Okay. Are they going to pass 260 or 270 and 272.50? I don't know. You know, maybe the bullish divergence is just for now, and then we get rejected and come back down. You know, the bullish divergences are all over the place, and it's great. But for the coin right now, we're still in a downtrend. Is this the bottom? Maybe, but we need confirmation on it. Confirmation's not there yet. Confirmation's not there in anything right now. Okay, so tomorrow we'll know more. But so far, if it follows through and gets back over 272.50, then this is a good area. Okay. APLD. Okay, this one fell off, lost its support, and it needs back over 23.50. 23.50 It caught that 100 SMA, came back. It needs it back above. But here, this is what we consider chop area. And I'll put that in big bold. This is chop area. Between 2350 and 29, this is chop area. So chop, 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 chop. This is chop area. So chop area is here. And so below this is bearish. So you lose that 100 SMA, so you drop. But inside here it's going to be choppy. You need to get back above 2950. Okay, open. All right, open. Been kind of setting up a bull flag on the monthly here. Still a bull flag on the monthly. Nothing's changed. Still a bull flag on the monthly. Okay. It's just a monthly, so it's going to take a while. It's not going to go tomorrow. It's not going to go next week. It's not going to go next month. It's going to take a couple months to go. It's a bull flag. Okay. Weekly says it too. It's a bull flag. It's just taking its time. Okay. You got support at 581. You have support at 525. Okay. On the daily. Okay. We have strong support at 740. Okay. And we got past that several times, but it fell through. And below 740, you know, we had this gap. That gap got filled. And then we dropped down to this support at 525. Now, between the 525 and 740, this area is considered chop. So this choppy area right here, you're going to probably stay in between this area here. Okay, so 640 and then 625 and then 740. So does it still look good long term? Yes, definitely. Okay, but right now you're going to be choppy, and unless you get back over 740, it's going to be choppy. All right, AMD. All right, AMD. AMD is below its 20 SMA, above all its other moving averages, and holding that 222 daily support. But it's also forming a descending triangle bullish pennant. So it's going to be consolidating in this area like this for a while, until it decides to make a move. So what that move is going to be, I don't know. We'll see how the market is, but it could be up or it could be down. Okay, but it's going to consolidate in between this area until then. Okay, it's going to chop around. It's not going to do much. I mean, I already made a huge move, you know, from, you know, say 133 all the way to 267. It made a huge move already. You know, even from 150 to 267. It's a huge move. So now it's consolidating. And it's going to keep consolidating until it decides to make a move. So that could be, let's see, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, another month away. Okay. Okay. CCCX. All right. Quite possible a falling wedge on the daily. But it needs time still. You know, squeeze firing down. RSI below 50. Not finding any grounding yet. Maybe around 1350. You'll get some grounding, and then we could see it move, but still needs time. Disney earnings shot it down. Okay, consolidating sideways. The weekly, it's right at that 200 SMA, right at that 100 SMA. Like to see it hold that and get back over 107.71. It tried a couple times today to get back over that 107 area, but failed. So we need to get that back over, get it up above that 107 area, consolidate there, and then it breaks out of that downtrend. Then it will start moving good. But you see here, this if this continues on this pattern, it might go down to 100 again, and then come back up to 120, and then do that pattern again. But I'm anticipating that we hold that 107, set up, and then break out next year at 124. But we'll see if this is an ascending triangle. Then it's going to come down here to 198 or 100 to 98, bounce back up to 120, 124, and then steadily keeps making higher lows and higher highs, and then break out in like 2 years. Or wait, yeah, 2006, 2017, yeah. But so far, I'm anticipating that it comes back and holds at 107.71. Meta. False breakout here. Failed bearish divergence. Lost the channel. Broke down. Lost the 20 SMA on the monthly. Okay, holding the 100 SMA on the weekly here. But needs to follow through and hold. Or else we're going to keep going down to 550. We have 2 gap fills right here. We already filled one here. Okay, there's no bullish divergence here. This is just a straight down trend. Nothing is showing us strength here. We just got a straight downtrend here. Okay, after hours it's over 602, but again, we got to see how that does tomorrow. If tomorrow it's still there, then yeah, maybe this could run. Maybe that was the bottom. Maybe it was. But so far, slight bullish divergence on the 4 hour. After hours is breaking the downtrend, but no reversal pattern really. We need to get back over 606, actually 613, and then come over here and test that 632, and then we're in the back in business. If this comes back and drops back in underneath here, we're going to keep falling to 550. And 550 would probably be an area where I would like to be buying it. Okay. Okay. Oracle is falling off. That falling wedge hit the 200 SMA, and now we need to clear that. Now we need to clear this. Let's see. Hold on real quick. Sorry about that. My TV was too loud. Okay. All right. So, falling wedge, hit the 20 SMA. We need to clear that 27. We clear that 27. We go to 36. Okay. Go to 36. If we could clear that 36, we go to 249. If we could clear that, our target is 260. Okay, 260. So we'll go to 4 hour. So we're already at that 235 area to a 36 area. Okay. Okay, so we're already there. If we continue, okay, we got our side looks good, squeeze looks good. We continue, we go to that 249 area. Okay, hourly looks good as well. We have that bullish divergence. We have that bullish divergence, squeeze and fire. Okay, now we're here after hours. We don't know where it's going to open tomorrow, but that's where we're at. So far, it's looking like it's turned around. We're making higher highs here, and then we need to break this 240 to make another higher high. Okay. So far, it looks good for upside. All right, AVGO. All right, AVGO here. Not the best looking chart. This is nasty sideways action with the false breakout coming back into chop. So if we look at that here, we can see that we made a lower high on the monthly this month. Okay, and we're making a hanging man. Okay, so that gives me worry, right? We have a week left in the monthly candle. If that stays like that, you know, it gives me the thought that interest rates are not going to be cut and we're going to drop. Okay. So, what do we have here? We have a bearish divergence on the weekly. Okay, we're holding this support of 332.74, but we're still in this chop area here. So it's almost like a waiting game. It's almost like a waiting game. Okay, go to the daily. We can see that there. We're inside there. Okay, after hours we're at 365. We're here at the 365. Oh, do we hold it? I don't know. Has a squeeze firing up. Looks good. Our side looks good. Squeeze looks good. Stochastics looks good. We're hitting that 365. Okay, that 375 would be next target. If we could hold above that 365.67, then 375 would be next target. Okay, but that 375 area has been a lot of resistance here. Because even if we get there, you know, we get around here and we chop around, or, you know, we get to 400, maybe we get to 400. On the monthly chart, no matter what, this is going to be a hanging man. Whether we get to 400 or not, it's going to be a long hanging man. It's already established pretty much. Okay. So that's something. But the weekly could be definitely a bullish engulfing candle. That could be something. So if we could get to 375, great. We get to 400, even better for AVGO bulls. But otherwise, it's not looking so hot. Okay, MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy. I targeted 183.13. I said that's where we were going. We hit that pretty much on point today. Now, I liked it because that's our previous breakout zone. So we came back to revisit some old buyers, and those old buyers bought. And it did help that, you know, our size at 28 on our weekly. So, and it's, 26 on our daily. So, you know, we have to have some kind of RSI relief bounce. So I was anticipating maybe we'll have an RSI relief bounce. Okay, we did have a bullish divergence on here at the end of the day. Here on the 4 hour. Now, is that 183.13? Is that the bottom? I don't know. It's a good area of support. I don't know if it's the bottom yet. I was considering buying leaps on a MicroStrategy today when it hit that 183. Actually, when it was at 182. But the prices are just outrageous. Prices are outrageous. Uh-oh. I think my thing froze. Hope not. Oh, there we go. Okay. Prices, all of the implied volatility are over 100%. Meaning if I want to get a leap, it's going to cost me so much money because they're pricing in I think it's more than 100%. Because they're pricing in 250 point move and the stock is only $186. So it's more than 100%. So if I want to buy a 300 call, I'm going to have to pay $3,500 on it. But, you know, the stock has to move 100%, almost 100%. Whereas, you know, they're pricing at 252 plus or minus move. So it was just not worth it for me to try to buy a leap on this at this price because they're charging so much. It's outrageous. It's outrageous for the amount that you're getting. And cool. I get that MicroStrategy can move. I know it can move. Granted, you know, it went from $40 to $500. I get that. But who's to say that, you know, we don't chop around for a long time and then that premium drain is just insane? Like, I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to take that because I think that's what's going to happen. I don't think we're going to bounce here and then all of a sudden go back to 300. V recovery. I don't think that's going to happen. You know, we'll take a look at Bitcoin in a little bit, but I don't think that is going to happen. But I do like MicroStrategy here for a bounce. I got some lottos on there, 190 lottos for Friday. And we'll see if they do well or not. All right. Next, Iran. Okay. All right. Iran. Well, here we have another false breakout here with the bearish divergence. And then now we had a lower low than this low. And now we're rejecting the support area here. And we're below 50 and the 20 SMA. So that's not looking good. It's looking like it's going to go lower. Okay, I'm sure after hours it's higher, but just looking at the daily right here, it's looking like it's going lower. Okay, now after hours is probably at 50. Okay, it's here at 50, but does it hold that? I don't know. And if it does, maybe it still chops around for a little bit. Maybe it chops around for a little while. Okay, if it chops around here, then it's gonna be chop, chop, chop. But below 50, below 53, actually 53, 59, that's where the 50 SMA is. That's gonna be bearish. Now, if you could get above 53, 59, if you get above this, then maybe you have a chance to chop in here. But you're either going to chop in here, or you're going to chop in here, or you're going to go to here to 36. There ain't no other way. Okay. Unless it just completely decides to run one day and just completely disregard the false breakout, the lower low, move below the moving averages, the below the RSI, and the squeeze firing down. So otherwise, it's gonna do what I'm anticipating it's gonna do. Okay. All right. BIS. All right. NBIS holding this 100 SMA. Okay. Bouncing here. And this was distribution zone. Okay. Bounced off that 50, came back in, and then lost it, came back. Now we're in this area of support. 88.35. So between 88.35 and 108, this is going to be consolidation. So that's going to consolidate there. Okay. So this picks back up. If it comes back up here, then this could be a larger support of a bull flag. Okay. Like a monthly area. Like the monthly area of support. Okay. This is a hanging man. This is a bearish engulfing. So I think right here, you're probably going to consolidate between 88 and 115 for a little while before it's ready for its next move. All right, CIFR. CIFR. Okay, all these kind of look the same. They're probably in the same industry. So, again, with the false breakout, the bearish divergence. Yeah, we got the false breakout here. We got higher highs here, lower highs here. False breakout, bearish divergence. And here we're barely holding that support below the 50. Okay, it looks just like that that iron. Okay, so again, if it could get back above that 1650, it has a chance to chop around here. But if not, that 1335 needs a hold. If that doesn't hold, then it drops down. Okay, so it all depends of all these things that don't look good, if they're gonna hold overnight. Just because things look good tonight doesn't necessarily mean things are gonna be good tomorrow. Okay, just get that in your head. Maybe it's even better tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe it's even better tomorrow, but it could be flat, worse, or different. Okay, that's the thing about these things that happen like this. All right. All right. J&J. All right, J&J. J&J's been on a run since it back tested this 186. Okay, broke out here and then hit our targets of 200, and now it's heading to 207.80, and we have a high target of 216. But otherwise, it looks good. It looks like it's gonna continue going to our area of target. Okay, we broke out of this bull flag here, and then we hit our first target, and now we're going to a second target here. All right, DE. DE's consolidating. We're still in the nice bull flag. We fired off the falling wedge. We're in the bull flag. The bull flag still looks good. I mean, this bull flag is still there. We just need to get past this 485. We've tried it before and then we lost it. We need to get past this 485. We could get past that 485, 500, 505 come easy. But we're just consolidating sideways, killing premium. Okay, so need to pass that. Now that 485, just need to pass that, and we're golden. You know, even the daily bull flag looks fine. This daily bull flag, we're holding above 475. It looks still good. Okay, it's just we gotta just patience on these. Okay, Meta already did. BA. All right, BA dropped below that 190. Okay, drop below that 190 here. We need to get back above that 190 this week. Okay, because we're in a weekly bull flag. There's a weekly bull flag, and support is at 190.55. That is our support right there. And there's our moving averages, our 200 and our 100. We need to get back above that 190. We get back above that 190. This bull flag is still good. If we don't, then we have a problem. But right here, that 182 area, support here. We have a lot of support right there at that 190. We can see all of this area of support and resistance. So I think it's going to hold. I really do. I think it's going to hold, come back up. If it doesn't hold, then yeah, it's trash. Get out of it. Get rid of it. But I really think this bull flag right here is going to hold that 190, come back up, set up, and we'll take off either the end of the year or beginning of the year next year. Because this bull flag is just beautiful. But if it just loses this, we're at the 20 SMA here, holding. Get back above by the end of the week, by the end of the month. We're going to look at a lot different candles. Say we're at 200 by the end of the month. You know, that would look great. But so far, right now, it's right at that 20 SMA. Okay, this stock been on a free fall. We either drop to 63.28, or if we could get back over 84.50, then maybe this bottoms. This has dojis straight across, so we got 4 dojis, 1, 2, 3, 4, flat. Okay, it might be forming a bottom there, possibly. 4 flat dojis, could be a bottom, could be a bear flag. Okay, if we get back above 485.50, then we got a chance to run it to gap fill 100. If it doesn't, rejects this area, most likely we either chop around here, or we revisit that 63.28. Coin did. Okay, MU. All right, MU. All right, MU. Here, I know we got a lot of things on this one here. Here, we got it. So we go to the monthly chart. This is the monthly chart. Okay, it's a topping tail. Okay, topping tail on the monthly chart. Rejection at 260. All right, so support at 200. Okay, we go to a weekly chart. Weekly chart. We got hanging man, bearish engulfing. Okay, support at 200. All right, so all this looks bearish. It doesn't look bearish as like, MU is gonna fall off the face of the earth. It looks bearish like there's a pullback and then it'll set up from 200 to go to 300. Okay, I still think it looks good, but here on the daily though, we have a big bearish divergence here. Okay, and then we finished today below the 20 SMA with a doji indecision candle. Okay, now we've been on this little downtrend here. Popped off, get rejected here, rejected here, rejected here, rejected here, rejected here, rejected here, rejected here. Okay, here we're indecision. Okay, so here at 216 was a little bit of support, but there's a gap here at 209, and I think there's a lot more support right here, 205, 200. So if we don't, I know after hours it says that we're up. We're up at 235, but again, we've been rejecting. Is this the bottom here? Not sure. RSI is not sure either. It's right at 50, not crossing it. Okay. Here we have, it's only after hours that this is happening. So tomorrow we could still come down. So indecision candle on the daily. Tomorrow, whatever it goes up or down on the indecision candle. So if we're above 234.50, we go higher. If we're below 216.36, we go lower. Okay. Okay, DE already did. Okay, CVX. All right, CVX is right at its 200 SMA. Squeeze forming. RSI below 50 or right below 50. I think this one can be a buy here. It has a reversal candle. I think it pop up. I think we can make a little run for it tomorrow, especially if the market pulls back. Remember, there's still numbers tomorrow, right? There's job numbers tomorrow. There's economic numbers tomorrow. Okay, Walmart's gonna tell you. It's going to give you an idea of consumerism, right? So NVIDIA told you about technology and all the companies that want to buy and improve their products or their businesses to what? Cut labor, right? Walmart, they are all labor and also provide products to the middle class and lower class, and they're going to tell you what they're seeing. So that's going to tell you a big thing about the economy in general. So oil can definitely make a move tomorrow. Right here, right at the 20 SMA. The 200 SMA. Reversal candle. It looks good. We'll see if there's a bullish divergence on there. Okay, no divergence there. Okay, not looking that great on the 4 hour. Okay, no divergence here as well. But having a little bull flag. If we could get past that 152.20, we got to go to 153, and that 153 will take us to 154. But it looks decent. It looks decent area buy on CVX. Okay, Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft here, we gapped up for the earnings, and then straight up dropped, made a bear flag, fired the bear flag, and we had indecision candle. So we had two indecision candles on the bear flag fire. Okay, now we lost that low right here. We lost the low of 492.37. Okay, we made this a lower low, and then we made this a lower low. This is a bear flag firing down. All right, so if we stay below 492, we should be heading down to 467. Okay, if we can't get back above that 492, we're going here. Okay, If we could get back over that 492, then this bear flag is going to cancel, and then we're probably going to pop back up to 509. Okay? All right. So that's Microsoft. Okay. All right. Nike. Nike's right here at the gap fill area. Rejecting the 50 on the RSI, rejecting the 50 on the RSI. It's right here. You know, Nike's never been a good stock to me. You know, it was up here. People were asking me about it. I said, don't do it. I've gap filled here. You know, I still say don't do it. I don't touch Nike at all. You know, I see things that I see setups for Nike. I'm like, maybe. I see flow for Nike. I'm like, maybe, but I just like never gonna touch it. Just like Baba, I never want to touch it because it just always does you dirty. You know, I get Tesla does too, but Tesla at least sometimes profits you pretty good. But Nike, I've never really profited really good. Baba, only a few times. But it's just like Nike. Every pop it does, it drops. Every pop it does, it drops. Every pop it does, it drops. Pop it does, chops and drops. Chops and drops. So I think if you want to play Nike, it needs more time. I think people are buying it because it's at the gap fill, but maybe if it puts a double bottom here and gets a V, then maybe, but nothing's telling me that it's going to do that. So it just doesn't look good to me. All right, TSM. Okay, bottom of the channel. Okay, it says at 289 right now. Okay, it's in the middle of the two moving averages. Still on a downtrend. RSI still below 50. Squeeze still firing down. It's still in this chop area. Nothing's telling me that it's bullish. Just because it gapped up a bit and it's going to be in between these two moving averages, it doesn't tell me much. So you're just going to have to wait for more information. This does not look bullish. Just because you're on a lower end of the channel and you pop up to the upper end of the channel, it doesn't mean it's a buy. And it could chop right back down. So I don't believe that's a buy yet. I don't believe it's anything yet. I think it's in a choppy channel. That's what I think it is. Choppy channel. Intel, okay. I think it topped out for a while for 42. That was a big move. I think it's going to chop around here between this gray box that I put for a long while. So for at least a couple months. I don't think this goes until next year. So if you want to buy leaps on it, great. But if you think this is going to go anytime soon, I hope you reconsider because it's going to be a waste of money. It's going to be choppy for a while. And that's what happens when you have a big move on a stock like that. It's going to be choppy for a while and you're going to have to deal with it. Or just don't play it. Or just buy leaps on it and forget about it. It's going to move in time, but just not your time. Okay, we got a gap fill right here. Okay, you're almost at it, or are you at it? Let's see. Gap fill is 121.50. Low is 122. So you're not at the gap fill. You're almost at the gap fill. You're $1 away. Okay, I think that gap fills. And maybe you could get a bounce there, but otherwise, yeah, maybe you get a bounce there at 122. But otherwise, bearish divergence on the monthly, weekly, and the daily as well. So expect chopping around here. Don't expect a big push back in a V-shaped recovery. It's not going to happen on this one. This one's going to fill that gap, chop around, maybe even drop a little lower, but it's going to chop around for a bit. Okay, XYZ. Okay, a lot of talk on this one because of the news. You know, it's just news driven right there. You know, we've been in between this for years. Okay, try to break out at 99, failed. Came back to its bread and butter at 50, 40. Went to 80, set up, and then dropped here. And now we're in, well, I don't even want to say that. We're almost in the chop area. The chop area is between 70 and 62.50. And we're not even at 62.50 yet. So, do I think it's bottom? Sure, it could be a nice bottom. The weekly is inside week bottoming tail reversal candle. That looks good. That looks good. Okay, it looks good. Next week is probably going to be better. So, you might get some action tomorrow to 65. To 65, maybe to 67 this week. But I think the more action is going to be next week. So, does it look good? Sure, yeah, it does. But do I think you're going to go to 80 or 100 right now? No, I don't. Unless some news comes out even more and just keeps pushing this. It's a TSM December 5th, 300 calls. Would you sell it open tomorrow? It depends what open is, you know? It depends on what open is. So, if you're at 280 or 290, if it stays there, if all things considered are equal and you open up where it says after hours and you're up on your calls, yeah, I would sell. Because you're going to get volatility smash on all of those because of NVIDIA's earnings. Everything tomorrow is going to get volatility smash. Everything. Okay? Everything. So, I would say if you're up a good amount, then yeah, sell it. Okay. PBR. PBR looks good. Okay, cup and handle, bull flag, support is right here. Support at 1282. It breaks out. You go to 14. You go to 14. And you go to 1450. Looks good. Nice bullish setup. All right, Onan. Okay, we gapped up here, consolidating. Okay, here's that support area. All right, there's a support area. It's going to be choppy in here. You need to get past 46 to get to 49 to get to 52. If you drop back down, you go back to gap fill. Simple as that. Okay. Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin. We said our target was 88, 114. Did we get it? What was the low here? 88,600. So we missed it by 500. Now, does it say that Bitcoin is going to just turn around and pop off and go higher? I don't know. This still could be a bear flag. Okay, we're still not back above 94, and we need to be back above 94. Okay, not back above 94 yet. Okay, I still think we go 88, 100, if not 87. Okay, still possibility. Still in a downtrend. Okay, one green day does not mean we bottomed. You know, get that right. One green day does not mean it bottomed. Okay, so let me see here. There we go. We got a downtrend right here. have a downtrend right here. Bullish divergence? No. Okay. One green day does not mean we bottom. This could just chop around, even pop up. Okay. And then we still go down. Bearish channel still on the move. RSI not diverging. 4 hour, let's see. 4 hour had a little bullish divergence here, but we still not passing 94. Okay. And RSI still not passing 50. So Bitcoin is still not out of the woods. Definitely not out of the woods. Adobe. Oh man, Adobe, it looks like it's going to 308. Hitting 52-week lows. It's going to 308.50. Okay, unless it gets back above 335, and it doesn't look like it because the moving averages are so tight to the downside. And we're breaking out a big giant bear flag. 308.50 is where it goes. CRISPR here. It's at its 200 SMA, but it doesn't look. It lost its uptrend. It's at its 200 SMA. It's beneath these highs. Doesn't look good to me. Especially if it can't hold where it is right now. If it can't hold 50, just don't even look at it no more. It's not going to be below 50. UNH, huh? UNH is crap. It's crap. I don't know why you keep looking at it. I've been telling you all this whole time. It's crap. It's crap. It's crap. It's crap. It's crap. It's still crap. No bullish divergence. No nothing. False breakout here. Drop down. Bear flag. Fired down. Back at 304. It's no good. It's just no good. Okay. NVTS. Okay, NVTS. Right at that 7. NVTS needs to get back above 950. Gets back above 950, it's good. Right here, we're consolidating. And, you know, maybe they're picking up shares, maybe they're not. But it needs to be back above 950. Then you know they picked up shares, then you could go. But right there where it is at 780, they might be picking up shares, but you need above 946, and then it's good to go. Okay, NVIDIA. NVIDIA, okay. NVIDIA did have a Morningstar reversal today. We gapped down, and then we gapped up today, and then we tested the downtrend here. Okay, after hours, it's at 95, right? It's at 95, 90 right here. Okay, it's right here. If it opens right here, cool. It needs to go here. It needs to go to 200 because that's where this guy is. That's where this guy is, and it has to break 200. It has to break 200. And then maybe it has an uptrend again. But until then, if it can't break 200 and it stays over here and opens, most likely it sells back down. Sells back down and then chops around here for a while until the market gets its sell-off. Okay. Okay, SPX is same as ES. I did ES in earlier today. Okay, Tesla. Tesla needs to hold that gap. 396.20. It needs to hold. It's holding it. After hours, it's up a little bit near that 415. But we need it back above 415 in order for us to go. Need back above 415 in order for us to go. Okay, otherwise we're chopping in between a rock and a hard place. We don't want to be below 396. We want to be above 415. Okay, SLV put. Okay. I mean, you could try it, but I mean, weekly bull flag still there. No bearish divergence. Okay. Monthly, it's still trending higher. Maybe if this month doesn't make a high, then then we could talk about it. But right now, it's bull flag right here on the daily, and a cup and handle. Even though I don't like cup and handles at the top of a trend, I think that's weak. But we do have a bull flag here, and it has an indecision candle. Whatever it does tomorrow, I think is going to be your choice. If we break up above 47.55, it's going higher. We break below 45.63, we going lower. Okay. Okay, cat put cat has a bearish divergence on the daily. It has a very big bearish divergence here. All right, so yes, it does have a gap here, but we need to stay below this downtrend. If we could stay below this downtrend at 560, then yes, we could drop down and break down that 541. Okay, but this is becoming a descending triangle here, so it might take a couple days in order to do that. All right. Okay. Tesla gonna already done. Okay. Okay, Amazon. All right, Amazon here. Amazon broke out, failed, back test here. So here's that wave 5. Here's that A, B, and we're in that C correction. Perfect. A, B, C correction. All right. So if this is the bottom of C, maybe it's time that it forms a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, or another ABC correction. I don't know. We got to see. We got to see what the next candle is. Okay. If we hit that 210 or 214, that could be something else. But if this starts to go up to 232 and then pulls back and holds like 225, then this could be a setup that it starts to run up high. But it's too early now. ABC correction is still in the C correction, or it just finished the C correction. We don't know that yet. We have to see it, and we got to see if it did or not. We have to see if it's done or if it keeps going. Okay, we don't tell the market when it's done. The market tells us when it's done. Okay. All right, Netflix here. All right, Netflix here. Okay, Okay, Netflix. All right, Netflix. Chop area. Okay, lost it. Try to get through it. Failed it again. Okay, looking like 106.38. It will hit. Okay, it's below its moving average of 20 SMA and 200 SMA, and all the other moving averages here. Okay, so it's in a downtrend. Okay, 106 looks like a good area of support. Okay, right now everything's holding about 108 area. After us, it says it's at 110. So it's right at that 20 SMA. So if it rejects that 20 SMA, we go back down to 107, maybe 106. Okay. If it gets back above its 200 SMA, then we're doing chop between the 20 SMA and the 200 SMA, just like it's been doing. Okay. But the RSI getting rejected by 50 on both sides, that's telling the story right there. All right. Yeah, if you guys could do some likes, that'd be great. Okay, circle. Circle here. Circle. You either double bottom on the 64 or you break through it. You know, circle is just not looking the greatest right now. You know, it popped and sizzled all the way 300 to 64. Okay, maybe it double bottoms at that low. We don't know. It's not there yet. The lowest has got to 67.55. Okay, but you know, if you want to test it out and try it, you know, by all means. But this is a falling knife. So, you know, catching bottoms is like, you know, catching feelings. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes you get hurt. So it's up to you. It's not showing confirmation yet. Okay, it's not showing anything yet. So just to let you know, okay, I would wait to see. I would rather buy it more expensive and confirm than try to pick a bottom and then have to learn that I was wrong. Okay. All right. Did Bitcoin already? Did all that? All right, guys. I did everything that you guys asked. All right. All right. So we'll have to see what tomorrow morning brings and what the numbers bring out and how the market acts and what volatility comes in the market next. And I don't think this is over and we get to go keep buying the dip now. I don't think that's it. You know, I don't think that's it. It's just too many things out there are telling me it's not it. And when you have a feeling, you have a feeling. So, you know, just be cautious. Don't think it's over yet. All right. All right, guys. You guys have a good night. See you guys next week.